Hey everybody, in this video we're going to be looking at reference angles. If you want to follow along, the links to the companion worksheet are in the description below. Also, don't forget to click that subscribe button so you can see more videos like this when they get uploaded. So let's get started. Now what we're doing is we're being given an angle and we want to draw it and state what the reference angle is. Now the reference angle is that angle between the terminal side and the x-axis. So the reference angle is always going to be less than 90 degrees. So first let's sketch out what this angle looks like. 600. Well, it's definitely past 360. Let's see, 90, 180, 270, 360. What if we kept going? This would be 450 if we kept going past that. Next would be 540. Got to keep going. This one would be 630. Hey, wait a minute. That's too far. So 600 is right here. Now I said that this was 540 degrees and this was 630 degrees. Now the reference angle, the thing we're interested in, is this amount of rotation right here. And so what we're asking is, what's the difference between those two? And so that is 60 degrees. And so that right there is our reference angle. We're looking at an angle and we're asking, wherever it's pointed, what's the angle between that and the x-axis? That's what we're interested in. So for the next one, we're given negative 50 degrees. Now a positive angle would rotate up, but a negative angle rotates down. And so 50 degrees, well this is 0 and this is negative 90, so negative 50 is right here. And so this one's actually pretty convenient because the reference angle is just this itself. It's 50 degrees. Now reference angles don't have a positive or a negative because reference angles don't care whether they rotate up or down. It doesn't matter. So negatives are meaningless when it comes to reference angles. It's simply what is that amount of rotation between this side and the x-axis. So for the next one, here we have 8 pi over 3. Now we're in radians. That's okay. We can still work with that. Now let's see. 8 pi over 3. Well, let's use a little bit of coterminal angles to help us. 8 pi over 3. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract away 2 pi. But I'm going to write it in the form of 6 pi over 3. Okay. So what I did is I subtracted away a rotation and I got 2 pi over 3. And that's right about here. And so 8 pi over 3 is actually going to be right there. 8 pi over 3. And so our reference angle is going to be this right here. Now if we think about this, this is 1/2 pi. This is 1 pi. 3/2 pi, 2 pi, 2.5 pi, 3 pi. Now another way to write that is to say that this is 9 pi over 3. And that's what this negative x-axis is. I just rewrote 3 pi as 9/3. But it helps us to compare these two, to say, all right, this is 8 pi over 3, and this is 9 pi over 3. So the difference is pi over 3. That right there is our reference angle. And for this last one, we have negative 9 pi over 4. So we're rotating in the negative direction. So negative 9/4. Well, that's more than a whole rotation, because that would be negative 2 pi or negative 8 pi over 4. So we're actually going a little bit more. This is negative 8 pi over 4. This is negative 9 pi over 4. So in between them is our reference angle right there, which is pi over 4. That's the difference. And again, the whole negative doesn't matter. Negatives only matter when we care about which way it's rotating. But right now, we don't. We just note that there's that much difference in rotation between this angle and the x-axis at negative 2 pi. Thanks for watching. If you got questions or comments, type them in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, the best way to understand something is to do it.